Hey, what's going on, guys? So on today's video we're gonna be doing a maintenance on our Procolored P13. Now I know there's a Facebook page, on Instagram also, but the Facebook page, they don't, once you put the status or the message you're gonna send to anybody, it takes quite a bit for them to answer. And Procolor sometimes takes days for them to answer, like the technicians. But on mine, I had I had no connection on it, but they sent me a motherboard, so I ended up fixing it on my own. But anyways, but on today's, if you're getting white lines that are not, the whole white's not all full there, and you're getting lines, there might be some reasons why. And I had it on mine, so we'll get into what are the process on getting those lines out of there. I hope what helped me can help you. But yeah, I'll see if I can make this video simple and short, so that way you guys can hopefully get your machine run. So let's go over there. So first, what I think you should be looking into is, do you have ink? That could be an issue, that you don't get any lines, or you're not getting lines on your test, or if you're not getting enough white, or you're getting a lot of lines. That could be one thing you should look first. The simplest thing you can do is look for your ink, if you have ink in there. So look at that first, and then I'll show you what I did now. Because now looking on the P3, my first thing that I did was I took the black out, and then I took the white out. So now on this white one, you can see right here, this line right here and this other line. If you want to take those screws out, and make sure you label them, that way you know how you took them out. You can make a blue line here, and then I don't know, just a mark, that way you know which one goes to each. You take those out, and then if you do have a clog and the ink is dry and it looks kind of like this, it might be affecting your printhead. So what I did, I took those out and I grabbed a syringe. I grabbed the one that comes with the Procolored. I know this one's a little dirty, but I pulled the ink out, and whatever I was pulling out, I just threw it away, or I put it here. Now you can keep pulling, and you might see these lines start to emptying out, and that's what you want. Empty those lines out until nothing comes out anymore. Do not put it back on the container, because if they're clogged, you're gonna just put those little pieces of dry ink back in the container. It's gonna happen again. So try that. Now once you do that, fill up your ink, your white ink again. And then I don't know if you remember when you got the machine, the dampers, you had to hold them like this, or in a certain angle, I can't remember, I think it was like this. And you use your syringe again and pull the ink out. You pull it out until you start getting ink here, and then this little canister gets full again. It might be still full, but can't remember. But make sure you start getting ink into these lines, the one that go into the damper. Now, and if you did all that, and then you try to print, or you try to do a test first, you do all that, do a test, and if it comes out, great. If it doesn't, then when you should come over here, you start doing the ink wicks now. And that what that does is you pull ink, you do a hard pull ink. It's gonna be hard when you pull from over there, so you make sure you pulled it, and it's gonna want to go back. Just pull it and just hold it until that ink starts coming out. Now, if that doesn't work, what you can do, if you're not sure which one, or when you do a test, there's two whites at the very end. Then those two whites, then you might have a clog on your printhead. Now, when you got your P3, you should have got one of these and put it on here. You put it on the printhead where the damper goes, just like that, and you're gonna grab that. You can either grab distilled water. I use the solution that comes with it, which is this one. You can grab that distilled water, move the printhead that way. You can turn it off or just move it, whatever, but make sure you turn it off. Yeah, I'd rather turn it off. Move it over there. Then you can see over there, open the little door and put a rag here somewhere, and then squeeze. Now when you're squeezing that solution out of there, take a look that little sprays are coming out. The sprays should, there's just little dots. It's just a lot of holes, and if you're struggling, just keep pushing it on there, and eventually it'll kind of like pop or something. But also make sure you're holding the top of the printhead with this tube. Just hold in and squeeze it as hard as you can, and you'll eventually, the paint will start coming out, the whatever's clogged on there. Do the same thing to the other one, and hopefully that works out. And if it doesn't work out, bring it back again and do a cleaning on your driver. Do a heavy cleaning, and then do a test, and then come back and do a week clean. Another thing that could be wrong, just as simple as that, something that could be this wiper. I call it a wiper because it wipes the paint off from the printhead. If that's dirty, what you're doing, if you notice, the white is the last one to come out. So if this is dirty, there might be like heavy residue, like a dry ink on here, that is gonna eventually smear on your printhead, and that could cause your lines also. So yeah, clean that, and then I guess the first thing you can also do is move it in the head all the way where the mirror is, and cleaning under too. You can use the little white cloths that they send to you, or just a microfiber, but you could clean it, the printhead, or you can use a cotton wipe, the Q-tip, whatever, and then clean the printhead itself, and then clean around, because sometimes that paint, that waste ink, gets real dry and it just scrapes on there, and even just a tiny piece is gonna make those lines. So try all that, and then hopefully that works for you guys. I'm trying to think of something else. For now, I think that's it. I think I talked to one of the guys about a ribbon, or one of the ladies on Facebook about a ribbon. And so there's the left and the right. And if you take the top off, this top off, you have where the printhead goes, you have a left and a right, and the right one is this one is your white. So it could be, if you're not getting any lines, it could be that this ribbon might be messed up, but I doubt it. If you're, now take a look inside right here. You see how there's a green flashing light? I'm having problems with mine. Mine now is okay, but there's times that it gets red. But because I'm getting moisture into my white right here. So I don't know if you can see, but there's white glue on here. You take these 4 screws out, and just if you have that red light on here, and you're not printing anything, or or you're just not getting any white, you can take this off. Like I said, you don't have to, but try it if you need to. But if you're getting lines, you might just have a clog. If you're not getting any lines, then you might be having a bad ribbon. Or check the red light first. But be careful when you pull this out. And if you end up pulling it out, don't just do this one first. Clean this out, pull it out, be careful, rip. By just pulling it easily and slowly, that glue will eventually come off. And just spray some air duster into those connectors that go here. And then clean the connectors on this with alcohol and let it dry before you connect it back. And hopefully either you get something when you do a test, but I'm just giving you guys what I had experienced, and hopefully it helps you guys. Because I did, like I said, I got my motherboard shipped to me, which is good about Procolored, but I got the motherboards shipped to me, and I had no internet connection, but I put it on there, and after that we did some tests, and I wasn't getting any white, and then I wasn't getting any print at all. But because that ribbon got moisture, the white one, and they couldn't figure it out, so what they did, they sent me a print head. But yeah, they sent me a print head that obviously I'm gonna try to keep because it is going bad. But what I'm doing when it's doing that, I just take it off, clean it, put it back in there, turn it off, and the red light's off. So I'm just gonna keep using it until this eventually messes up, or I'm just gonna change the ribbon, and hopefully that fixes my problem, that I'm not have to taking it off and put it back in there. But like I said, if you're not getting any prints, or your white's bad, you could do this, but do everything I told you guys first. Pull from back there, keep pulling until you gain nothing anymore. Throw that to waste, come back, put those lines back on the container, take the whites off, pull out, ink, and hopefully that works. If it doesn't work, like I said, get the syringe, put your hose here, and squeeze the solution in there, and hopefully just on those two, if you're not getting white, that will fix your problem. So, but yeah, Procolored, and I mean, it's not a bad machine. You know, most of the machines they're all the same. They have either a XP600 or whatever paint head there is. All the machines are the same. Most of the machines have the same motherboard for the print head. You know, the main motherboard. But Procolored, you know, to us, they do respond pretty fast. And the videos that they show, they don't talk. They just point out. You know, I don't even know sometimes I don't even know what the parts are or what they're called. And he's like, do this or that, and then just back and forth, pictures back and forth. And I was just like, I threw a lot of pictures and they didn't help me. They didn't fix my problem. I ended up, you know, finding it my own. But do that, and I hope it works out for you guys. Well, we'll see you later. Thank you.